Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast reviews of movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 566, and it is your review of Dungeons and Dragons Honor
Ba-da-ba-ba.
Among
No, that's Game of
Thieves.
Thrones. That's Game of
Nah, that's
Thrones.
Game of Thrones, man. And as you
That's
already
the.
can hear him.
That's me. It's what's
Yep,
up. It's baby. It's your Luigi. But
that's
Nintendo
right.
don't come for us because, dude, I need to find the legalities of that because, like, I just say it's me, but like not in the tone of like the Mario shit. Um,
To be fair, if you wanted to go technical with it, he says, it's a me,
that's true. That's
Luigi.
also very racist
Yeah.
technically. So I don't say
Yeah.
that. But what's up, y'all? It's your boy Luigi.
What's up, man? Yeah, listeners, you're gonna hear with Luis, and you already know what that means. It's a new release review, but of course, today is a wonderful Tuesday to everybody. Usually, we would have the theme review coming out today, but because this is a new release, we wanted to get this as soon as possible to you all, and that just means it's a 3 episode week. So, ain't not nothing bad about that, right?
Yep.
Nothing bad about that. So, Luis, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm beginning to wake up from just grogginess of the day. And I realized I gotta do a couple TikToks and I gotta edit something for Wednesday. So I'm gonna be. I'm hoping I can at least finish the video for Wednesday. That way I can have tomorrow and Wednesday um to work without worries.
Yep.
So, but aside from that, I'm chilling. I'm just out here. Got money in the bank. It's all right. Not enough, but enough.
Hey, it's something. It's
It's
algo,
something.
algo. That's right.
Para la coquita.
Okay, yeah, Coca Cola, not the other one, but
Yeah, I said it in Spanish.
yeah. Um, I feel you, man. So I pretty much got everything I needed to get done today, except for the third movie I need to watch, but I've still got time. Just need to
All right.
review. I'll be reviewing with Brad later. I need to watch that next movie because I do want to film my review tomorrow for to upload on Wednesday. So I need to get to work on that. But for now, I mean, I think everything's fine. Just working. Came home, watched the movie for cinema condition tomorrow. Got home, watched the movie for review tonight. We just did 2 trailer reactions. We're reviewing Dungeons and Dragons right now. I'm gonna be reviewing with Brad at 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
Is the next review that we have to do, and then after that, hopefully, I'm back from the gym at 8:30. So that means I can just sit down after we're done, watch my 4K for review tomorrow to film.
Mm-hmm.
We're good. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a Monday. Today's definitely felt like a Monday.
Yeah, yeah. But we're here to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, man. Luis and I were able to go watch this last
Yep.
week, and this movie performed better than we expected, man.
I mean, I
Um,
wasn't expecting like an entourage of
no, I'm
Oscar-worthy
talking
performances,
about no,
but
I'm talking
oh,
about box
financial.
office wise, box
Oh yeah,
office
yeah, yeah.
wise, man.
Dude, the D
Yeah,
and D community went strong on this one. They wanted to
yeah.
go judge it, whether they liked it or not. Well, that's a
Word
different
of
story.
mouth,
But
bro.
yeah,
That's the power of word of mouth, and it
yeah.
did well. So I'm really excited to get started on this review, man. But of course, if you have not had the chance to watch Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, you want to get out of here if you care about spoilers. But if you don't care about spoilers, or you've already seen the film this weekend, then you can go ahead and stay. Either way, how any of that goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There you
Yes,
go.
sir. I've got some stuff to read here,
All
but
right, go ahead and read it.
let's go ahead and read. Let's go and read. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves is a 2023 fantasy heist action comedy film directed by Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly. If you don't know those two names, y'all, you did not watch Game Night. You did not watch. Um,
I fuck with game night. I like the
yeah,
whole like mystery.
they're really good directors when it comes to like you know blending in
Making board
comedy there.
games. Yeah, board games
Yeah,
and comedy in a movie.
yeah, man. They also they did Vacation and they did
Vacation. Oh, okay.
Horrible Bosses, but
All right.
I know them best from Game Night, which was one of my
Gotcha.
favorite movies that year. One wonderful movie. Um,
Ms. Rose.
and also at one point they were supposed to direct The Flash.
Oh, damn. That's
Yeah,
damn.
yeah. Who co-wrote the screenplay with Michael Giglio from A Story by Chris McKay and Giglio, based on the tabletop role playing game Dungeons and Dragons.
Hmm.
It is set in the Forgotten Realms campaign setting and has no connections to the film trilogy released between 2000 and 2012. The film stars Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Reggie Jean Page, Reggie Jean Page, Justice Smith, Sophia Lillis, and Hugh Grant. Production went through
Did
various
you say
phases
Justice
of
Smith?
Justice Smith, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Justice Smith. Production went through various phases in development since 2013, beginning with Warner Bros. Pictures after beating Hasbro and Universal Pictures in a lawsuit over the film rights to the tabletop role-playing game. Before moving to Paramount Pictures, each with various writers and directors, Goldstein and Daly were the final writers and directors, using elements from the previous attempt by director Chris McKay and screenwriter Michael Giglio. Filming began in April 2021 in Iceland and later Northern Ireland. Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves had its world premiere at South by Southwest on March 10, 2023, and was released in the United States on March 31st, 2023 by Paramount Picture. The film received positive reviews from critics and has grossed over $70 million worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is shot by Barry Peterson, edited by Dan Leventhal. Music is
Okay.
done by Lauren Balfe, and with a runtime of now 2 hours and 14 minutes, with a budget of 150 million, it has so far made 70.1 million dollars. It is on its way to becoming a success.
Yeah,
100%.
it's
Yeah.
well deserved though. It's well deserved, even if it wasn't word to mouth. Like
Sure.
if they were making that, or like if it wasn't a well-known game, right? The overall movie would fit well just in like the sci-fi or not sci-fi, the fantasy
Yeah.
aspect and the comedy. Chris Pine is really good at comedy, man. It's
Yeah.
surprising.
Also, like, I truly believe they played it right.
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, what's it called? We gotta what's it called? Get this thing out right after John Wick. It's gonna be
Hmm.
hard, but what's it called? We market the hell out of this. We
Yeah.
we know that we give out D&D maps to with a QR code to D&D Beyond. We know that we'll
Which
get
I
the
never
word of mouth.
scanned, by the way.
Yeah, we never scan, but you know that you're gonna get the word of mouth from the D&D community,
Hmm.
and then plus the critic love and the love online is gonna make people be like, okay, I already watched John Wick yesterday,
Yeah, for the
last week.
cinephiles.
What
Yeah,
do I want to
exactly.
watch? The people are gonna be like, well, the D&D movie. And it's like, okay,
Okay.
you go from there. So honestly, man, this is good. And also, let me tell you guys, that put what's it called? I'm glad that this is happening because Mario figured it out. Because Mario's this week, and
Oh yeah, yeah,
I think Mario realized that they didn't know if they could compete with John Wick in this movie because they're releasing previews on Tuesday night, officially releasing on Wednesday, and running throughout this whole week, bro.
like previews. What do you mean, like previews? Like
So
snippets or like the preview?
preview
Like
night,
you get
preview night of
so
like
the
the
entire movie
snippets.
just like earlier
So
than the
yeah, movie
earliest.
screens on Tuesday night, officially releases on Wednesday night on Wednesday, and it goes from there. Like they have that whole week booked, bro.
Oh,
Mario.
shit.
So like they
Damn.
played their cards right.
Either that or Nintendo's just that afraid of another 80s or 90s failure. But I mean, it's Illumination. They all their
Yeah.
movies have done spectacular
It's
in
also
theater.
Easter weekend. You're
That
not gonna get
too.
a lot of people to go watch movies this weekend. They're
Yeah,
gonna stay
because they're a
inside and celebrate.
person of God.
Yeah. What's it called? They're gonna want to spend it with family. So what do? You release it early, and also low
Get
key,
them out
what's it
there.
called? It's good for the international markets, like in Latin America. If they're celebrating Semana Santa, they'll be like, okay, cool, we can
Let's
go
go
see
watch something
Mario.
family friendly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But enough of that. That was just a really good observation. We'll
yeah.
have
Hmm.
more to talk about that when we do our Mario review with Keon over on. Well, not Keon, but it's gonna be over on the Gamer Core.
Yeah.
But Luis, I'm gonna go with you first, bro. What are your initial thoughts on Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves?
I was gonna go watch it and enjoy it either way, even if like say you normally don't like this type of movie, right? You were kind of skeptical. I was going in just open minded. I liked the trailer. I thought it was funny. I like Chris Pine, like Michelle Rodriguez, Justin Smith, Sophia. Jean was new. I've only seen him in very little things. I think like minor roles, but the overall cast was is great. So I was like, why not, right? And I went to go see it, and I enjoyed it. It was definitely worth the watch. It
Yeah,
was fun. Yeah,
yeah. I gotta say, guys, when I watched the trailer, I was like, eh, I was like, okay. I have my one worry. My one worry was that like, hey, they don't make this too inside baseball. You know, like they're gonna be
yeah,
like, okay, you gotta know about D&D.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you know, I look, I engineered a stream for Geo on D&D, and I'm not gonna lie,
Was it boring?
I didn't understand shit. I didn't
Was it
understand.
boring? Was it confusing? Or was
No,
it?
it's just confusing. I don't understand shit how this works. So I'm like,
Actually,
I was just going in there to this movie, and I was like, okay, I don't have expectations for anything going in. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah,
What's it called? And especially with how much movies we watch during the year, it's hard for me to even have an expectation anymore. But I
that's true.
said, I just want this. I just hope that this isn't too inside baseball. I just hope that it's a good, you know, fantasy adventure film.
Hmm.
And honestly, that's what we got.
Yeah.
It was a good fantasy adventure film. The cast works really well with each other,
Hmm.
and I really liked a lot of aspects about this movie, man. It's not my favorite movie of the year, but it was really fun. It was a lot better than I expected it to be, or like
Yeah.
it had any right to be. Honestly,
Yeah. Even James, I think I invited him. I forgot to invite him on this one. That was on me. But to be fair, we went on a Thursday, so I doubt they would
yeah.
probably be able to go.
Still at work
Um,
on Friday.
but like James said, it was like that shit look whack, and I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it looks like it's purposefully like has bad humor, because I
It's
don't know
kind
if
of
you
what
know
those
this.
campaigns are,
Yeah, yeah, it's basically just having fun with the homies, and the story of this film, from my knowledge, is based on the one of the playthroughs that
Mhm.
the biggest D&D basically
Critical
content
Role.
creators, Critical Role, um did a while back. And I think even Ashley Johnson was in that, who, if you don't know, is the voice of Ellie and is Ellie, and now Ellie's mom. But they
Yeah,
have like Troy Baker, like they had people on that campaign that were huge. And I think that's what kind of brought them. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what it brought them at the back, but I'm saying
yeah,
it's
just
like,
speculating, right?
yeah, it's more so it brought D&D as content creation online to a bigger game, because a lot more people started like doing their campaigns online and just for fun and whatnot.
Yeah,
But aside from that, the story that they do is fairly similar, aside from like actually having a beginning, middle, and end and not letting it continue. Because I think for those, they continue it.
yeah. It's like
Um,
it's pretty
it's
continuous, and like
ongoing, quote
there is
unquote.
an end to their campaigns, but it's a
It's,
long
yeah, it's in a
campaign.
span of like 5 episodes, which each episode is like an hour or 2 hours long.
Yeah,
But they did well with just coercing that story into an actual 3 act beginning, middle, and end story.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, like you said, all the actors work well together, and it just made it all the better.
I really liked her overall story here with Chris Pine's character, wanting to
Hmm.
go save his daughter because he
Yep.
finally realized the error of his ways after losing his wife. Like it was really interesting story. I really liked it. I think that there was not one bad performance that I would say like, oh, this one didn't work with this. Like I think everybody per se did their homework because
Yeah.
I saw on the red carpet they were all talking like, oh, it was this. Like I looked at this campaign. I was really like a big fan of this campaign or like stuff and like, hey, like
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
their homework. They knew what was going down. And I said like right now when we were reading this, I really like the locations they chose for this film, bro.
Yeah, which is, I think, majority of them are like basically
Mostly
the
useless,
spot
let's
for
face it.
fantasy. Yeah, like Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit
But Lord of the
series,
Rings is New Zealand, but
New
like
Zealand,
at
but
least
the
when we think
aspect
about Game of
ratio.
Thrones, Game of Thrones like Croatia, Iceland,
Yeah,
Ireland,
yeah, yeah,
and like
exactly.
yeah,
So I mean, those spots that we see in all fan, because I recognize some of them, and that's saying something. Because I've only watched the Lord of the Rings series like once or twice, like all three, and one of them was with these guys while they were watching it in the background. And then
yeah,
I've seen the Amazon series with these guys as well.
yeah.
Same with Game of Thrones. So like that's the only reason I recognize him, but I'm like that's the same shot for shot, bar for bar location, that I like
Yeah.
recognize. But it's fun, it's Earth. It's not like you're going into another. actual world to be able to film this
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, no, the locations were beautiful. A lot of the shots definitely
Yeah.
like was a spectacle.
I love the use of mixing the practical and CGI effects. Like
Dude, yeah,
Jarnathan. I was surprised that Jarnathan
it was real.
was real, bro. That was a real.
Yeah, dude. There's some scenes where it's clearly like CGI because they need it for the scene, but in other parts, it goes on to be the actual bird. And then you see behind the scene footage of it, like a giant ass 9 foot bird walking around. Same with the ogre.
Yep.
And I really love that because it makes the CGI seamless, which is what
Hmm.
a lot of people I think right now, like specifically in the superhero genre, is failing to do at. And I think that's why we just a couple minutes ago saw the Blue Beetle trailer,
Yeah.
and I think that's why the CGI works so well because his suit is real. It's based on a real suit, and it looks fantastic.
Previs.
Previs,
It's important. If you give
important.
your artist previs time to do pre-visuals, they'll know what to work off of.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to the final product, it's gonna look good. And
Yep.
I'll tell y'all, like they did a pretty good job there. Yes,
Yep.
when I watched the trailer the first time, the first trailer, I was like, oh crap, the CGI looks a little
Yeah,
wonky.
yeah, yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, this once you watch it in the theater, I didn't have much of a problem with it,
Yeah, like I
and
said, it was seamless. Like
it
it just
wasn't
transitioned
distracting.
well. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I will say, the only like big complaints I'll have is I can't even say that the second act was jarring because I fell asleep. That was just me being lack
yeah,
of sleep.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I did feel like maybe there was a little bit like a little draggy going in because it does kind of start off pretty hot. Like
yeah.
I think it starts off pretty hot, but the third act is so much fun. The final
Yeah,
battle scene is a lot of fun,
definitely.
and I couldn't that was Hugh Grant, bro. That's wild. I can't believe that was actually Hugh Grant. That is.
The guy that didn't want to be in the introduction, they also gave us an introduction of like, thank you for coming to the theaters to watch this
Yeah,
film.
you could
One of
tell Hugh
one
Grant.
of the guys didn't fucking look like they wanted to be there, which
Yeah,
is hilarious.
yeah,
But on terms of you falling asleep, to me it all felt relatively well. I knew it was gonna be a bit longer. It was like 2 hours and something, so I was expecting it to be some parts where it's a bit slower. And I
yeah.
think the only reason was for the same reason that I mentioned before with Critical Role is that they put a lot of stuff out that's long as hell, and in order to kind of transfer it right and make it kind of make sense without the need to know the lore behind each character in the actual series, is trying your best to incorporate it in that overall story, which they did. They incorporated it, so nothing is like a what is it, a sinkhole, or no, there's no holes in it that you
Yeah.
visibly or like audibly hear. Um, so
And
that's good.
remember, this is so I've never watched a 2000 film in that trilogy,
Hmm.
but as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the big screen, because I know that Legend of Vox Machina is actually Critical Role's what's it
Animated
called?
show. Yeah,
Their what's it called? Their campaign as well, which I've seen
yeah.
Vox Machina. Vox Machina is really cool and really
It's on
good.
Amazon, right?
Yeah, I haven't
Okay,
finished
I
it,
might
but it's
watch it.
actually really good. It's like really raunchy as hell too, and it's really
Yeah,
funny. But
that's what I like
when
about
it comes to
Amazon.
the big screen, it looks like this might be the first time they're like actively adapting a campaign,
Yeah.
which is like something that we're not really used to in film. Like we adapt
Hmm.
comic books, poems, literature,
Yeah.
novels, whatever, right?
Stuff you read, not that you hear.
But like campaigns, it's a little different. And I tell you, it did feel like a little drag, but I can't say that I would edit any of that shit down
Yeah,
because it's
exactly. You
like
can't really because you kind of need it.
yeah. So it mostly comes down to the way it's kind of being directed more,
Hmm.
instead of
That could
it
also be
being
it. Yeah.
edited. Yeah. But like I said, I liked it. I like the score too for some reason. Like it does kind of fit pretty well to its like fantasy world. It
Yeah. Yeah.
wasn't too distracting. It wasn't too overpowering. I think it works well with it. Uh, I like our performances. I just overall, I think that it was a good movie, man. I like I said,
Yeah.
going with no expectations, and I thought that this movie was a lot like better than it had any right to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they definitely had a step up for the actual campaign because they're entrusting their rights to
yeah,
those to who was it, Warner Brothers?
Paramount.
Paramount. They
Only
gave the rights to
Paramount.
Paramount to do this. They all got their paycheck, but they also love the game from what I seen clips of. So I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
you gotta respect it. And they did well. I think the guys would be proud in that group. Um, but yeah, there's definitely for the second act. You fell asleep, but I enjoyed the second act. It was a bit quicker. The for spoilers and visuals, the second act is basically for me at least them going through the whole helmet phase and going in the underworld world or whatever. You fell asleep for a good part of that up until the underworld, right? That's when
Once
you woke up.
once they started going into the underworld, which like,
Okay.
and I read back up on it, I was like, okay, cool. Like I didn't miss a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
It's pretty important stuff, but guys, I was just getting out of work. I was
yeah,
tired as hell.
yeah, yeah,
I ideally would have loved to have watched this on Friday,
yeah.
but I had to
You
watch
had
Ring of
shit.
Honor. Yeah, I had to watch Ring of Honor. So I was like,
Yeah.
no way that I was gonna get to it. But I definitely will want to pick this up on what's it called, on physical, when it comes out on a sale during Black Friday or something like that. So
They
I'm
could make.
definitely
Yeah, they have
thinking
a
about,
possibility to make cool steelbooks or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah,
hell
because they
yeah! They
could
probably
change
make
it
a good
from what they
steelbook.
have on the poster, and we
Yeah,
got little posters too, which is kind of cool because it's
yeah,
very unique and it's very dope.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the film overall was a fun watch.
Yeah, and the popcorn tin, by the way, like,
Oh yeah,
wow, like even Brad told me, he's like, dude, that actually looks really cool.
yeah,
He goes, if I didn't have to pay bills this week, he said, I want that.
yeah. It was a
Um,
bit expensive, but to be fair, it is pretty big compared to like the
yeah,
Batman tin, the John Wick tin.
six sided die, bro. Like
Yeah.
that was like they went all out for, and like there you go. Once again, like they obviously Paramount trusted this really well, and
Hmm.
it's paying off for them. Luis, what is your final verdict on Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves?
I give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it with my family if we ever have like a family movie night again. Because we stopped doing that a while ago. I don't know why. I guess we just all got busy or whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe in summer, whenever, because that's by the time summer starts is when it'll probably come out, right? 60, 90 day
Yeah.
rule. Yeah.
I can never remember how Paramount works, but like
Yeah,
I
because they got
know,
their streaming service and all
yeah,
that.
I know that Creed 3 is already out for
Yeah.
digital. Like that came
Is
out
it
like
digital or Apple only? Because I know it said
digital.
Apple only. Okay.
Yeah, digital.
Well,
It's
I
up.
don't know if a lot of people are gonna pick up that, but but yeah, there's like
There's
it,
other
it should be
methods.
soon. It should be soon.
Yeah. My final verdict is a 7 out of 10, y'all. I liked it. It was good, and
Yeah,
I definitely want to pick this up on physical. I was a fan of it. I like I said, has no business being as good as it is, and for what it is, it did everything it needed to do, man. I really think that I'm honestly excited for a sequel, or
yeah.
at least like
If they make
spawning,
one
yeah, spawning somewhat of a like a trilogy, or like a
or a
franchise of this.
series anthology, if you will, because I mean
Yeah,
it's fantasy. You can connect a lot of different
yeah.
characters into one world.
They definitely leave it somewhat open ended.
Yeah,
Nope.
I mean they did it with Knives Out, just with LeBlanc being back.
Yeah,
So why not with other characters and Chris Pine being back or something? I don't know.
yeah. It's. I think it's possible, and the returns are pretty solid. So I
Hmm.
think all it needs to do is clear at least a good like 50 mil, 25 on at least 50 mil this week. I think you're good, man. You're heading on good ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean we'll have to see. We'll see. The news always changes. People always convince.
yeah.
Things fall through. We'll have to see. The future's never set, right?
Certain, 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 especially in film.
In the fucking film industry.
Yeah, it's yeah. But that's been our review of Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Thank you all for being here, and of course, if you all want to follow along with us, we are on our website, thenerdcore.com, Twitter at the nerdcore underscore, Instagram at the nerdcore. If you're a patron, that means that you're listening to this episode early and live for your ears only and eyes only until it goes to the public on the next day. So check that out at the $1 tier on patreon.com/the nerdcore. You get that. So you get a good amount of episodes for, live, free for y'all. So check that out. Plus, if you want to talk about D&D with us, maybe you're somebody who is experienced with campaigns and you want to explain to us a little bit how it works. Our Discord link is in our description, so you can check that out. Oh, look who we got here, Stacy, right at the
To
nick
be
of time.
fair, with
The D&D
Gio's
review.
schedule, I don't think
He
it would be
hasn't watched it
possible.
yet.
Oh, that too.
Yeah, he
Well,
hasn't
that's
watched
why
it yet.
his schedule, man. That's the
Yeah,
deal in his schedule.
yeah, man. I think
Um,
he said he's watching it on Thursday with his friends. Yeah. So, plus we gotta just get this out already, man.
yeah,
If,
yeah,
if,
yeah.
if one
We
is,
are people of reviews immediate after release, Stacy.
yeah,
We because we go. That's the only reason we
yeah.
go as soon as it comes out.
I know what you know. Papa knows what you want. Papa's gotta get it out for y'all. So yeah, Discord link is in the description of both audio and video. And speaking about audio and video, if you're watching this on YouTube, please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the
Yeah.
channel, click that notification bell so you don't miss another review that drops on the channel, maybe a trailer reaction or something.
Hell, I mean, the Gamer Core may or may not have a D&D game if I choose to make a simplified, stupider version of D&D. So, I do want to play. I don't want to go through all the learning curves that you have to for D&D, but I do want to keep the elements. So, we'll see. We'll see.
Feel like as long as we get somebody who can help us and teach us here, and
Yeah,
like, teach it to us like we're 6 years old, right?
exactly, exactly.
If you're on the audio side of things, make sure you drop a 5-star review and make sure you do that on either Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any of the audio podcast apps that let you drop a review. It would help us out a lot. And of course, we want to thank our Patreon supporters because without them, this is not possible. We want to thank our producer, Shane, who you can follow at ThriftedIL on Twitter, and Prison City Shit on Instagram, PrisonCityVintage.com, located in Crest Hill, Illinois, as well. If you want to get it online, the website was just said. And if you want to get it in person, check out the store, Crest Hill, Illinois. But without further ado, we're going to get out of here, man. It was a good review.
It was a good review.
And yeah, make sure you always check if there's a glass behind the curtain. You never want to just send poor Jarnathan just
Damn, Jonathan
running
had
into
it.
a wall.
I was racially motivated, man. It was because he was a crow.
Yeah, that poor Jonathan's back, bro. That was that just no. He's gonna feel that in a couple of years. All right, man. This has been us. We're gonna be getting out of here, guys. We'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye, guys.